Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I am here to tell you what to do in Amsterdam. So this is a very nice video with very quick and objective tips really for you to know what are the best places, the tours and sites that you cannot miss in Amsterdam. So stay tuned guys, don't forget to give us that like, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up! Well, Amsterdam is one of the most sensational cities in the world. It was really one of the cities we liked the most, and there are a lot of cool things to do there. You will need at least 4 or 5 days to see all the main attractions in Amsterdam. Even if you stay longer, there is more to do. We have put together in this video the main sites for those who have never visited Amsterdam and are going there to see the site. So without further ado, let's go for the tips what to do in Amsterdam. The first tour we recommend you to do, which is not the main sightseeing, but it's the tour we think is the coolest for you to do on the first day of your trip, is the boat tour. If you don't know already, Amsterdam is surrounded by canals. That's what gives the city its charm. So there are several streets that are all going around the big canals, and this makes the city very beautiful. And that is why there are several boat trips for tourists. These tours are very nice because you get to know the whole city. It goes around the main regions, the tourist center itself, and the guide will tell you which are those sites, where you are, if you're close to some square, and this gives you an overview of the city. This gives you an idea of how Amsterdam is, how it is distributed. That is why we recommend that you do it on the first or second day. It's very cheap. There are two options. There is one that's much cheaper than a collective boat where a few people go, you buy your ticket, and there's a private boat that you can book just for you and the people that are with you. So check it out. We did the private one and we thought it was sensational. We were surprised when we got the boat. It was a very nice boat. For the money we paid, we didn't expect all that, but also we already know a lot of people who have done the collective and liked it very much, so check it out. We will leave in the description of the video here a very good website where you can buy tickets for all the attractions. They are very good in all of Europe, and there you have all the tours, museums, tickets, very nice excursions to little towns near Amsterdam. In short, it's a website that has the cheapest tickets. If you buy everything in one place, it's cheaper and you save time and no problems of buying tickets there at the time of your trip. So I'll leave it here below, take a look, it's worth it, and it has all the main tours for you to buy. The next tip was our favorite. It was the place we liked the most in Amsterdam, which is the Park Voordeel Park, which is the biggest park in Amsterdam, and it's a very nice place. We ended up going there 3 times. We were staying close by, so that helped a lot. We had 2 or 3 hours of free morning or afternoon where we went there and walked around. It's a very nice park, so set aside a good amount of time for it because it's worth it, and it's very big, and it has lakes, it has a cafe, a restaurant inside that's nice for you to have a drink and observe the life of the people who live in Amsterdam. There are a lot of tourists and there are a lot of local people living there, so you can see people lying down, taking a towel to lie down for a while, rest on the grass, sunbathe. It's a very beautiful place. This scenario is very nice and it's close to the tourist area, so it's not far away. Depending on where you stay, you will always be close to there. There are other beautiful parks in Amsterdam. There are other smaller ones, but we are not going to comment here because this is the main one. You will spend a lot of time there, and when you go to Amsterdam, you don't have much time to visit these other things. But if you have some days to spare and you like the park, there are 2 other parks close to the tourist area that are smaller, cozier, and also very nice to visit. Guys, quickly, any questions you have about the trip, you can send us and we'll gladly help you. If you want, it's even easier, send it there on social networks at Lorenzi. Send me a direct message and I will help you with any doubt. We will answer you, and follow us there. We are always traveling around the world, trying to show these travel tips in a very cool way, the family routine for little ones, which are a blast, so take a look. Now, let's talk about a must-see place in Amsterdam, which is the most famous and most touristic place, the Museum Square. It's an area called Museumplein 2, you can hear it by that name. So there are these two where the main museums of the city are concentrated. I still can't pronounce the name because it's very difficult. We'll write it down here for you to know exactly. There is the Van Gogh Museum, which is very cool. It has only works practically by this artist who is sensational. There is Rijksmuseum, which is one of the main museums in the city. You can see it in the square. It's very beautiful. This structure is beautiful. You can take some nice pictures in front of it. And there is the Stedelijk Museum, which I don't know if it's pronounced like that. I don't even know if it's pronounced like that, but it's really cool the way it's shaped. People joke that it looks like a bathtub. So these are the three main museums in Amsterdam. They are all together and this square is very beautiful. Set aside an entire afternoon or morning to wander around it because it's very nice. It has several little cafes, places to eat, little stands there like trailers, like carts that sell food for you to eat on the spot. There are little tables, there are lakes in front. It's a very beautiful scenario for you to walk around and explore. It's worth reserving at least half a day of your schedule to visit because it's a sensational region. Speaking quickly now about the museums, the Van Gogh Museum is very good because it has the largest collection of works by the artist in the world, and the Rijksmuseum too, which I don't know if it's pronounced like that, is the Museum of the Artistic History of Holland. So for those who like art, is very nice. The Dutch are very proud of this museum, so try to go. An important tip, people, buy the ticket beforehand. We left to buy the ticket on the spot the first time we went to Amsterdam and we couldn't get into the Van Gogh one. It was a disappointment because we couldn't even get it for the day or for the next 2 days, and then we were already leaving. So buy in advance, use that tip that we gave you to buy the tickets in advance because for this museum it's also worthwhile. And a super important tip is that the sign, you know, the famous sign of I am Amsterdam that everybody takes a picture of, it was in this square. So if you search today, the pictures that will appear of it are in this square. Most blogs and sites still have updated articles, so you will think it's there, but it's not there anymore. The city staff ended up removing it from there because they wanted to show to the tourists that there are other nice places in Amsterdam, because everybody went there because that's where the museums are, that's where the square is, that's where the sign is. So everybody was concentrated in one region. So with the idea of making tourists visit other regions of Amsterdam, the city government ended up removing it, and sometimes depending on the time of the year it stays in a different place. So when you go there, do some research. There is the Amsterdam website, the city hall site, where they show you where the sign is at the time you're going to travel, so you can see it right away, but it's not there. So be prepared not to be disappointed because many people think they will get there and have the sign. Another very nice walk is on the Sinjo Canal, one of the neighborhood canals in Amsterdam, but this Sinjo Canal is a little bit more famous. It has some cool things, including the flower market. It's a floating flower market with many stalls and shops selling all kinds of flowers floating on the water. The stalls are like on wooden planks, so they stay on the sea. That's why it's called the floating flower market. In the sea, there are no people. In the canal, there in the sea, it's canal, it's river. So it's a very nice scenario for those who like flowers. It's worthwhile, and it's in the tourist area, so you will be in the middle of all the tourist attractions. It's a region that you will probably pass by. We accidentally passed by it on the second day when we were going from one place to another, so it's a place that is worth visiting. And people, all of these attractions we're talking about are very close. In Amsterdam, the tourist area is not big, it's very concentrated, so check out where you're going to stay because it makes all the difference. We have a video that we just made about where to stay in Amsterdam, explaining it well, but summarizing for you to get along well. It's in the tourist area of Amsterdam. I'll leave the map here on the screen for you to see. It's this big area which is shaped like a letter D. It's shaped like a D, it's a tourist area, and if you stay inside this region, you already have the best lodging possible. But the more you go to the edge of this center and you go to the center of the D, it's possible for you to stay being close to the Vodo Park and the Museum Square. You will be seeing it on the map. It's the coolest area because it's a little bit away from the tourist center where there are not so many hotels. The hotels are older and it's close to the canals, but it's still close to everything. But there are some very nice hotels, very cool. And being there on the canal, you will see that there are 4 canals that cut through and accompany the center of this letter D. There that we say it looks like a G. So staying more or less in this region, you will already be in a very beautiful area, and sometimes you can get a view of the canal. I'll leave here in the description of the video the personalized map that we made. You put your travel day there, it will already show up. It's the biggest hotel search engine in the world. It's the one we use it. You are able to customize this map, then you can make a reservation, and cancellation is free in almost all the hotels. So the tip, if you see a good price, make a reservation. If there is anything, you can cancel later at no additional cost, because prices go up a lot from week to week. Prices go up because Amsterdam is very busy and there are not many hotels, and staying in this area you can do almost everything on foot. You don't need a car, you don't need transportation. Once in a while you will need maybe a cab or an Uber to come back, but you can do almost everything on foot because everything is concentrated. And now let's talk about another attraction, a very popular one. This one is a little bit further up. It's a little bit far from these other points that we mentioned, but it's still close. That is Anne Frank's house. It became a museum, the house of the famous Anne Frank. Many people have read the book, are in love with the history. She lives there during the Nazi area, so it's very nice. And then you can visit the place where she wrote the book, Anne Frank's diary, which is the house where she stayed hidden. So it's a very cool experience and very deep for those who have lived or read a lot about it, the people, the Jews. It's a very strong experience. We highly recommend it because it's very cool. It's real history in front of you, so we thought it was very worthwhile. It's a differentiated experience, so try to go. You also have to buy the tickets and try to go early because the line outside gets huge. There's no way, so the sooner you arrive, the better, guys. Going soon is the better. And Anne Frank's house is in the Jordan neighborhood. It's a very nice neighborhood because it's very beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful neighborhoods. A lot of people live there, so take advantage of this day to walk around, see the little shops, see restaurants, stop somewhere to eat, because it's a very beautiful place. And if you go down a little bit in this area, you can easily get to the famous red light district, which is where the women in the shop windows are. These are stores and streets where women are there in their underwear, bras, which is a very famous place, but it's a controversial place. There are people who are not even interested in it because it's a place that has a certain sensuality, that has the call girls, they expose themselves dancing there, but at the same time it has become a very touristy place, so it's a different place. We usually don't recommend this kind of place in other places in the world, but if you research, you will see that the red district there is one of the main tourist attractions of the city. It has a lot of history. That's where the first building of Amsterdam was, which is a church, incredible as it may seem. So it's a place that people go. We didn't find it so nice. We even found it a little bit ugly, to be honest. We were with Clarinha, with her little daughter the last time, and we didn't think it was worth it because it's not only for the sexuality, for being prostitutes and all, but also for the appearance of the place. We were very open-minded. We didn't have any problems with it, but we didn't like the place very much. So check it out, do some research, look at the pictures, or sometimes if you walk by, take a look. But we thought it was not such a beautiful place. Amsterdam is so beautiful. There are so many other beautiful regions that we think it's not an essential place. It's up to each one's taste whether you go or not. Leave your comment here on the video. It's good for us to know if your opinion is the same as other people's or not. It varies a lot according to the day. At night it's called the red district, the red light district, because it has a lot of red lights. So at night it's all lit up, and during the day it gets a little bit busier because there are shops there. So if you want to go there with a little bit more beautiful lights, a little more beautiful scenario, we recommend that you go at night because I think you will enjoy it a little more and you won't have so many people crowding around. So it's up to each one to see if you want to go or not. And to finish the list, a very nice tour, especially for those who like beer, but even those who don't, it's worth the experience. It's the Heineken experience. It's a museum mixed with a factory with entertainment that they created from Heineken. It's hard to define what this tour is, but you go inside a factory, you know how the beer is produced, you taste several types of Heineken beer. There are several phones, simulators, technological things that make you really have an experience. That's why it's called Heineken Experience. It's a differentiated Heineken experience. We think it's very worthwhile. At the end, there's the little shop, there's the bar, you can buy souvenirs, you can drink the beer there, the Heineken beer, which is very good. So it's a very nice tour. You have to buy the ticket as well. In this website that we left here in the description of the video, there is already the ticket, but it's a very nice tour. There's a combo tour that you can buy along with the cruise, a boat ride that's very nice. We ended up finding it very nice. And here below in the description of the video, I'll leave all the links that I mentioned. It's important, it's mandatory for you to have have travel insurance. For those who don't know that, research it because it's very easy to enter any country. Practically in all European countries, you need to have travel insurance. There charges you a minimum of 30,000 euros for medical assistance. Don't worry, the value of the coverage is high, but the value of the insurance is very low. You can get, if you research well, a good insurance for about 10 days of traveling for about $25. That's what we paid. It may vary because of the dollar, but that's what we paid on our last trip. And there's a price comparator that's sensational. I'll leave the link here in the description of the video. It compares prices from all insurance companies. You put the date of your trip and the country or continent, that region, you put Europe, and it will give you a list of all the travel insurances, and it has the best and the cheapest. You get the best price. Really, the price is unbeatable. We have never found anything lower than that, so that's why we recommend it and put it here because it's very good. The insurance you get very fast. In 3 minutes you already have it in your email. You print the policy, you travel, and that's it. You're clear to go there. And there is also a comparator similar to this for the train. It compares and searches all the train tickets. In Europe, the train is very famous, and there it's very good to use the train. We used it a lot to go from one city, from one country to another, so the train works very well there. Take a look and you can end up enjoying a lot. And there are other links here as well that I'm going to leave you with the chip, so you can use your cell phone at will in Amsterdam and in the whole Europe, which is very good. It ends up being cheaper, more practical, so you buy it in your country, receive the chip in a few days in your house, and have already arrived there, got off the plane, you put the chip in your cell phone and start using the internet, which helps a lot to move around, to find places, to research everything. In short, you can't travel without a cell phone these days. And several other links that helped us with our planning, which we still use these tools and we think it might be cool for you. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel because it really helps us a lot. And check out the other videos that are very cool. Don't forget to watch the one about how to save a lot of money during your trip to Amsterdam and the Netherlands. It's a very complete video that we put together with a step-by-step approach to plan your entire trip from start to finish with the best services, using the best tools, comparators, saving on everything for real. Your trip will be cheaper. I'll leave it here on the side along with the playlist that has all the other videos from the Netherlands and Amsterdam for you to watch. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and have nice trips.